Hello and welcome, folks. Pozzum here, bringing you the Beat the Clock Challenge. We're starting out here with Baron Corbin and Kane. One of these two competitors are going to try and beat the other as fast as possible, because the one competitor who is able to defeat their opponent the fastest will get a one-on-one shot for the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Got a headlock applied by Baron Corbin here, as his opponent is Kane. We have 6 competitors here tonight in this Beat the Clock Challenge. We have Baron Corbin versus Kane as the first match. As you see, a headlock applied by Kane and a couple of big knees to the gut and another to the face as he moves past Kane. Kane gonna get dragged down onto the mat now. Baron Corbin with several big strikes to Kane now. As you see, the headlock applied once again. These competitors going to want to get their finisher off as quickly as they can and try and get that pinfall. Perhaps even getting a pinfall before they perform a finisher. So you see a headlock. Nope, now a headlock applied for Baron Corbin as he goes for more power moves on the Devil's favorite demon, Kane. Another big strike there. And now dragging Kane to the middle of the mat is Baron Corbin. He's going to stop him in the middle of the gut and do for a little short big boot to the face as Kane just rolls over. Kane able to counter that and get himself back up to a vertical base and do a classic sidewalk slam. As vintage Kane, and you see that big leg drop, another signature move of Kane. Now pounding on Baron Corbin. One of the big NXT superstars here in this universe, as we see a big shot from Baron Corbin, as Corbin now is calling out for a big finisher here. It looks like the Razor's Edge applied to Kane as he goes for a pin here. 1, 2, only a 2 count, as that Razor's Edge was not enough to damage Kane. Kane looks very dizzy, however. You see a headlock applied. He's got the head of Kane, and he's going to set him against the ropes here. And he goes for a big clothesline over the top rope. And it looks like he's going to go over the top rope as well, as he dives into Kane on the outside, taking both men out. However, Corbin, this might be a calculation error, as he is now taking Kane to the outside of the ring, where this will take a bit longer to get him back in and get that pinfall. It has been almost 3 minutes into this matchup, and Baron Corbin has not yet gotten this pinfall on Kane. He is the first man in, so he is the one that will set the pace if he is to defeat Kane, or vice versa. But he has to put on a good pace to combat the next 4 competitors to make their way down to the ring. As you see Kane getting whipped against those ropes, strong down on the mat now, perhaps going to go for a pin. Now actually going to pick him up, and a headlock applied as he pushes away Kane and grabs the back of Kane, puts him against that turnbuckle, and goes for a snake eyes. Big move by Corbin, as he might try and go for another boot. It's those big boots that he seems to like, as he grabs Kane. Big lift. Big slam by Baron Corbin. Looks to be very much out of energy, but he's going to go for a pin here now. 1, 2, 3. Not quite. Kane just able to kick out. That 4-minute pace would have been fairly good for Baron Corbin here, as he now gets a jawbreaker applied to Kane. He might go for some more boots while he's on the bottom of this mat. Going for a big lifting powerbomb, it seems, slamming Kane down on this mat. He goes for another pin on Kane here. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin with a time of approximately 4:20. As he does that Razor's Edge through this replay, he was able to almost get that pin with that 2 count. And we had another big move by Corbin here, as he put him up against those ropes and did that big clothesline, sending him to the outside, and did this dive out to the outside. It did a lot of damage, but it could have easily made up another 30 seconds if he had found another way to do damage to Kane. Now Baron Corbin with a big slam onto Kane. to get the pinfall here, that 3 count that resulted in his victory. And the powerbomb here. It was just the end of Kane, a series of giant moves. This is now the second match of Beat the Clock. We've got Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Randy Orton here. In the second match, they are going to have to outpace Baron Corbin's defeat over Kane. He was able to defeat him in just over 4 minutes, 20 seconds. As you see, an armbar applied here by Randy Orton to start out against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, Baron Corbin and Kane had one advantage, is that they are both strength competitors, where they did not have this technical section at the start of the match here. But one of these men will perhaps be able to outpace that previous match. As you saw, a European uppercut by Randy Orton to get the advantage here, and now an elbow to the face of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Both of these men have previously had an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship, as Randy Orton was featured in the Elimination Chamber that the WWE World Heavyweight Championship was defended in, and then Stone Cold was in the initial Fatal 4-Way for that title that Hogan won his inaugural championship. See a big vertical suplex here by Stone Cold as he slams Randy Orton against the mat there. He's now going to go for a big strike and grabbing up Randy Orton. Another big slam here. Sort of a reverse vertical suplex here. As you see big strikes coming in from the brawler, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Nice spine buster there with a lot of authority, as now he grabs the legs of Orton and stomps the abdomen. I'm going to go for another one there. Right into the abs of Randy Orton there, trying to weaken the center of Randy Orton's body, as he's now going to whip Orton against the ropes there. Orton able to counter with a nice twisting neck breaker, sending Stone Cold down to the mat. As now Orton has the advantage, at least temporarily. As we see a big DDT coming in from Randy Orton. He's going to have to pick up the pace a little bit. This is not some sort of stomp one way or the other. One of these competitors has to finish this match quickly in order for them to have a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. As now Stone Cold gets picked up by Orton. Orton going to go for a big slam, twisting the neck and the head of Stone Cold. As we only got a 2 count there. Stone Cold has had numerous injuries with the head and the neck throughout his career. As you see another big spine buster here by Stone Cold as we get closer and closer to that deadline, to that timer, that if one of these men do not get a pinfall by then, they will not get a championship opportunity. This match will go to a finish, even if neither competitor is able to get a pinfall at the 4 minutes and 20 second mark. Louis Press, signature move by Stone Cold Steve Austin as he gets those series of punches to the face of Orton. As he goes for the pin here. 2. Only 2 count as Orton able to kick out there. Big strike to the face. As now he's going to whip Orton against the ropes here. Send him down to the mat. Stone Cold most likely has a stunner in his system. He might want to use it soon, as he might only have a minute left. Big strike by Stone Cold gets countered by Orton, and Orton gets countered by Stone Cold, as now these two men keep trading blows. As Stone Cold goes for the pin here, 1. Only a 1 count. Orton has plenty of energy. Orton will have to get stunned by Stone Cold for Stone Cold to even have a chance. As you see a nice drawbreaker there, sending Orton down to the mat. We're getting down to the wire, as it seems like Stone Cold might be looking for that stunner. As we get another Louis Press, as he gets him down to the mat, he might go for a pin right after this. He does. He's going for the pin here. 1, 2, 3. And just barely under the wire, I have Stone Cold beating out Baron Corbin. And now we have a pinfall by Randy Orton here, as he was not able to get it done. That was around the 2-minute mark or so. They tried to get a very quick one. This was the first Louis Press, which Stone Cold almost got that pinfall. Stone Cold favoring those Louis presses during this match, not going for a stunner. That big counter by Stone Cold, thought he might be able to get a pinfall there. And here is that second Louis press, a series of punches to the face, making Orton severely dizzy as he was able to get that pinfall at about 4 minutes and 18. And here we have the final of these beat the clock matches. We have the Phenom, the Icon, the Vigilante, Sting, versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been on a roll here in WWE Universe as he has had a couple of big victories. Sting has not been featured in many matches. He's only had 2 matches here. One Royal Rumble where he did fairly well, and then one other singles match in which he won. But so many other competitors have fallen by the wayside. And now Sting, even someone who has not had that many matches, is very close to the top of this company as he sees a big atomic drop onto Roman Reigns. Now these competitors have to beat the time of Stone Cold Steve Austin of about 4:18. As you see a tie up here between Sting and Roman, as you see an armbar applied by Sting as he's able to go behind the back now of Roman Reigns. And he might try and push him away momentarily, as now they have enough energy to go with full combinations perhaps. No, there's still another collar and elbow tap. Headlock applied by Reigns as he gets a big strike to the face, the painted face of Sting. Another big atomic drop there. And now he's going to go for a third one, absolutely destroying Roman as he goes for a pin here perhaps. No, a big leg drop by Sting as he's gone into the 1 minute and 30-second point. As he picks up Roman Reigns. You got a headlock applied and a counter by Reigns as he gets him face down into the mat. Big strike by Reigns, dodged out of the way by Sting. As we get Sting whipped against those ropes and sent down to the mat. Big boot by Reigns. He's now going to pick up Sting and big knee to that face. Kick dodged out of the way by Sting as Sting now applies the headlock and brings Roman to the middle of the ring for a big sidewalk slam, sending Roman down to the mat for another big leg drop by the Stinger. He's going to drag Roman around into the center of the ring now. Might go for another leg drop. No, a big elbow right to the heart of Roman Reigns. As you see Roman get picked up, and a pile driver here coming in from Sting. Tombstone pile driver onto Roman Reigns. Will he be able to get a pinfall here? He goes for the pin here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count onto Roman Reigns. A big chop misses by Sting as Sting has had a whole lot of momentum in this match so far. That miss might be a big one as Samoan drop. Huge Samoan drop there by Roman Reigns. Being part of his heritage. To see another Samoan drop. A second one onto Sting now. That first one had a huge amount of air, and it now looks like Roman's going to go for this reverse Samoan drop into a knee that I've seen him do and win some matches with previously with a big kick, and now slamming the head of Sting against the mat. The tides have definitely turned in this matchup. Sting had a whole lot of momentum, and he missed one chop. Superman punch by Reigns as he goes for the pin on Sting here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count as Sting is able to kick out. If he did not, Roman would have gotten that title shot. Spear by Reigns as now Sting folded in half in the corner. Drags Sting into the middle of the mat and goes for the pinfall here. 1, 2, 3. Not quite. Roman having to do everything he can, pulling out the Superman punch and that spear. But Sting able to counter now with a sharpshooter. Or the Scorpion Deathlock, as he likes to call it here, as Roman is now tapping out. That tap out is before even the 4-minute mark, as Sting outpaces all of the competitors. Here we see that pile driver out of nowhere to that giant Samoan that is Roman Reigns from the Icon Sting, who went for a pinfall here, and I thought he might have been able to seal it away there. And here's when the tides turned and almost looked like the end for Sting, that big Superman punch. But Sting was able to kick out, and then he got folded in half with that spear. An absolute string of offense from Roman Reigns going into Sting. But Sting was just able to kick out of that spear and put Roman in that Scorpion Deathlock. Turn him over right in the center of the ring. Roman probably thought he had this match already won, but he couldn't go anywhere and he had to tap out. Your winner of this Beat the Clock challenge and going on to a one-on-one match with Hulk Hogan for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Sting.